Caledonian MacBrayne and the Big Light present
When you travel across the breathtaking waters of the west coast of Scotland, it's easy to lose yourself in the sheer majesty of the Scottish Western Isles. But the real heartbeat of these waters isn't the steel of the vessels or the landscapes on the horizon. It's the people who work tirelessly day in and day out to keep our island communities connected. My guest for this episode is a core crew member on CalMac's MV Glensannox, and his infectious energy has made him a standout subject of the BBC's Island Crossings documentary. We're delighted to be joined by Demzy Salazar. Demzy's journey to the sea didn't start on a Scottish loch or an island slipway. It began 10,000 miles away in the Philippines. But today, his office is the open sea, and his mission is simple: to bring genuine human connection and kindness to every single passenger who steps on board his ferry. Let's drop anchor then and listen to Demzy's incredible journey.
At first, I don't have any experience at sea, but it's my partner who inspired me to work at sea. His name is Nick or Nicky, and he worked at sea as well. He told me, just give it a try, take the trainings. I'll send you for your certificate for 5 days as basic STCW training in Glasgow. Then, if you don't like it, you can go back to the office and still work with RBS because I'm working that time with Royal Bank of Scotland. But you know what? That's the best decision I ever made in my life. As in, my office now is the sea. If I get stressed out or just worn out in a day, I just open the door and go outside, have a fresh air to breathe. It's just like so peaceful and magical, especially seeing the highlands. So for me, it's my partner as well who really plays an important role for being part of this journey working at sea. Working for CalMac compared to other places, it's just like completely different stuck in the office because I used to work in a financial industry. You wake up, you start at 8, you finish at 5, or sometimes you finish it early, then back again. It's just like very rotational routine. But working on a CalMac, you cannot expect anything can happen in one day. Sometimes you're gonna do the drills, saving some people with a lifeboat. Sometimes you just have a first aid on board that you need to do. It's just like very exciting and unexpected. And you have the perks of being into nature. You have the Scottish Islands, the beauty of the Scotland.
Demzy eventually earned a permanent role within the fleet, navigating the unique reality of maritime life. For CalMac crew members, the job isn't a standard daily commute. It requires living aboard the ship for 2 weeks straight, followed by 2 weeks off. It's a lifestyle that can sound entirely foreign to a landlubber, but as Demzy explains, it quickly transforms a crew of strangers into a tightly knit family.
It's quite bizarre for me at first. It's just like, I never thought I'll be sleeping on a cabin, having your own toilet, having your own shower, having your indoor pool, your swimming pool, your sauna. No, there's no swimming pool in the sauna. I'm sorry, you can't be there. I hope there's a sauna or a steaming room or just like a swimming pool. But now, just kidding aside, it's just like nice. It's just like waking up every morning is different because once you open up your blinds or your window, you can see a different weather. And you can see the seagulls flying, and sometimes you see dolphins as well. I've seen orca when I was in Isla. That was almost more than 5 years ago before COVID. So waking up every day is different, and you're meeting different people from different walks of life. People from the South, people from New Zealand, people all around the world. And they recognize your hard work and meeting them, having a wee chat, building a rapport to them. is absolutely mind-blowing. It's a mix of different great bunch of people, different ages, from different background and walks of life. And the good thing about that, we have a very friendly working atmosphere on board where everybody helping each other, having a great, sometimes we're just having a weak jokes or a great walk outside at night after our shift. Sometimes we go swimming because my boat is in Troon to Isle of Arran. So if we tied up during summer in Troon, we go to the south beach of Troon just to have a swim at night. And every Friday night, we go for a wee treat or a wee cheat, going to Vanilla Jones in Irvine for a wee Knickerbocker Glory or a sundae or chocolate brownie. So everybody, it's just like your second home. It's just like everybody's helping each other. And you work every day, you work there for 2 weeks, and it's a great atmosphere. I've been to different boats. I used to be a relief for 3 years. Relief means you jump to different boats. You don't have a permanent boat, and you just do your job right and meet all these people and new staff and new colleagues, new locals, new passengers, new boats. But the Glen Sanos has the great atmosphere in terms of the crew. So I think we channel that positivity from the crew itself to the passengers, and everybody can see us that we're really working happily despite of we having bad days. Every day is not just like the same, but the people absorb it. The local people, especially the islanders, they can see it. That is a great atmosphere there for everybody working together as a team on Glen Sanos. So for me, I love the Glen Sanos crew. At the end of the day, it's not about the boat, it's about the people.
Because of his infectious positivity and radiant smile, Demzy quickly became a breakout star on the BBC Scotland documentary series Island Crossings. Suddenly, a man who moved across the world to find quiet sanctuary at sea found himself being recognised in some of the most unexpected places. But for Demzy, celebrity status isn't an ego trip, it's just another bridge to human connection.
When I started to join the Glen Sanos, people recognize me everywhere I go, aside for being on board or on your shift. The most memorable one, I think, when I was in a restaurant. So that was a few days after the 4th episode with Fergus, my colleague on that episode. So I was waiting with my friend who's working in Isle of Cambrai in Millport, and she's crossing back to the mainland in Largs. So we were supposed to pick her up, going to a Filipino party in one of our Filipino friends' houses. Then the next thing, we went for a pub for a pint for my Rachel. Since I'm a teetotaler, I don't drink. I just the designated taxi driver. There's a group of golfers looking at us. I thought that will be a good indication for Rachel because Rachel is a single lady and I'm looking for a man for Rachel. Then all of a sudden, all these guys just talking to each other, and I can see while they're drinking a pint of lager there, I can see the side of my eyes that they're looking straight to me until one gentleman approached me in a nice way and said, "Excuse me, pal, are you the one on the telly?" I said, "Oh, sorry, that was my twin brother. I just pretended I have a twin brother." No, 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 no. You're not. You're not. That's not your twin brother. That's not your twin brother. You're the one on the telly because we're listening to you and we're watching you and with your friend here. I said, "Oh, so sorry. That's me, pal." I said, "Oh, did you like the program anyway?" I said, "Yeah, we do love the program." And the next thing you know, "Oh, this is the Filipino guy. Come on, guys, let's have a selfie." So we ended up having a selfie for this. But it was a lovely approach and it's a very genuine approach. And I think that's one of the memorable things. Scotland is a small place. So I think there's a good thing and a bad thing if people recognize you, but it's very nice to be kind to other people because that's the way we brought up by our parents to look after each other and be kind to other people, especially those people who needs help or attention. And living in Scotland is just like a different chapter of my life. I'm just living the best time of my life in Scotland. And my friend told me afterwards that, "Oh, my friend, you're really a celebrity now. People asking autograph and pictures of you." I said, "Oh, don't be daft. It's just nice to be nice to people." So that's it. Oh, the values and how our parents brought us up. I think coming from a diverse culture and a family-oriented uh, Filipino values in the Philippines plays an important role for me to interact every day with our passengers on board, especially dealing with different type of people, just like people with learning disabilities or vulnerable people. And we've been taught also by our parents to be, aside from being kind, you need to respect elder at the same time, because Filipino, we have a big family culture to give respect and give back to the older people. So for me, it's just like, even though I'm 10,000 miles away from the Philippines, I still carry the values of my mom and dad and the way I grew up with my six siblings. And it's just like remembering them. And even my dad passed away now, I still hold those values in my life, and just being nice and kind and genuine to people, and just be honest and especially respect the elders. For me, that will be in my heart for the rest of my life until I retire with Kalma. So it's very important. It's an imperative part of who I am today because of my parents.
It's easy to speak about kindness and human connection when the seas are calm and the days are bright. But the true measure of a person comes when crisis strikes. For Demzy, that moment arrived during a bitter winter crossing back in 2021, just a few days before Christmas. What began as a routine shift on the MV Argyll quickly turned into a literal matter of life and death. A moment where Demzy's deep compassion and training were put to the ultimate test.
One of the memorable experiences I ever had when I managed to perform a CPR or use the defibrillator for one of our passengers on board. Because it's a bad weather, we need to divert from Lossi. Instead of going to Wims Bay, we diverted to Gulok. And it's a bad weather. That was around December winter time. So I keep an eye on this lady. Then the next thing, she came out to the toilet or the loo. She was really totally pale. And I asked her, "How are you, madam?" And she said that, "I think I'm going to be sick." So the next thing, I just talked to her, "Okay, have a seat, madam. I'll just grab you a glass of water." And I went to the mess room, grab a glass of water. When I came back to her, I can see that she's catching her breath. And I told to her that, "Is there anything else that I can assist or help you? Rest assured, I'll be seating her beside you if you need anything else." Then she asked me if I can hand over the car keys. So her motor on the car deck can be taken out from the car deck once we arrive in Gulu. So I spoke to my colleague on the ABs, and I spoke to them and asked, "This is the car key of this lady, if you can kindly bring it down." When I came back to the seat, she's not responding anymore. And I can see her color change from pale to gray, and the lips turn into blue. So the penny drops, because the last time I saw that one, when my dad was dying, that's the exact picture or the exact image that I remember that night. So I already have the radio on my side and I know it's coming. So I just started to do the CPR approach, the ABC, just to make sure to check the airways or breathing, their circulation. And it's nothing. There's no response at all. The next thing, she was just looking up the lights and you're just like drowning and catching her breath. So I radioed the captain. I said, "Bridge gangway, I have a casualty here. I have passenger not breathing. I need medical assistance ASAP." The last thing I remember when Captain Mark Mitchell told to me that, "Dempsey, stay calm. Just stay calm." All my trainings came back from my basic elementary first aid, that I need to stay calm, compose, assess the situation, check the airway and breathe. Thank goodness I just stayed calm that time. So I managed to put her down, and as a local dentist who's currently sleeping at the back of the seat, his name is Cameron, because he's a local day worker, I shouted at him, Cameron, I need a hand, CPR, cardiac arrest." And Cameron was really just shocked when I shouted at him, because I'm so gentle to everybody. So we managed to put that woman on the deck and started to do the CPR. And to be honest, I never done it in my life. That was the first time. And Cameron managed to grab the defibrillator, and the officers and the mates came down together with my leading steward, grabbed the oxygen tank, and everybody's helping each other. So while I'm doing the compression, I remember also my training with that retired nurse told to me that don't you worry if there's any broken ribs or if you're gonna break something on for your passenger, because it's better to have a broken ribs than a dead passenger on board. That really strikes me that time. So I started to go ahead and do the CPR, Cameron preparing the defibrillator, and Tony was there helping with the oxygen, and the mates, Daniel and Paul, watching us to make sure everything's okay. Thank goodness it's a quiet sailing. We don't have much passenger. And the next thing we know, the ambulance is coming now, and we're approaching Guruk side. And it was very, very eye-opener because we managed to revive her after we'd done the defibrillator, and we call it defib. So it was very clever, that machine. I can never thought that it can save life. Then after we revive her, the defib keeps on telling, prepare for second shock, do not touch the person, press the red button. I'm afraid to say we need to revive her again because we lost her. So we lost her for the second time. Then thankfully, we managed to revive her back again, and Cameron may help me to swat for CPR because I'm really getting worn out. The next thing I remembered, the paramedics came on board and they continue all this basic procedure, and they have more bigger equipments and machines and ECG for the heart, and everyone is so great. I think that's the best memorable thing that I will never forget on that boat, not only for the passenger that I done, but also the rest of us done for that passenger, because the next morning I found out that the brother looking for me and asking, by any chance is your name Demzy? Yes, my name is Demzy. My sister, you saved the life of my sister, and started to cry. So my God. And I said, please don't cry because I don't want to get emotional. And he said, my sister was supposed to meet the daughter who was flying to Australia before Christmas to have a get together, but everybody was worried. And the brother was very, very thankful that we managed to help her system and save her life. After a couple of days, there's another lady approached me, the same place where I helped her mom, and that's the daughter. And she said, she grabbed my hand and gave me a cuddle and said, you know what? My because of you, my mom is my mom is alive, and I can't believe that life is so mysterious. And if I have the knowledge before, maybe I can apply it as well. I can teach my sister before my father passed away. But it's just flashing back now. The daughter came back to me. You know what? My father is from the Philippines. My father lives in the Philippines now. And it's a small world that I'm from the Philippines too, and managed to help their family member together with the rest of the crew. So I'm not after the recognition. I'm just after to save someone's life, because every passenger on board, I treat that as a family member. I can see my mom, I can see my auntie, I can see my sister, I can see my brother, I can see my friends with them. So it's just like there's more purpose aside from being an employee of Calma. The passenger is the heartbeat of what we do. It's the heartbeat of everything what we do on the boat. So
The profound sense of duty, treating total strangers as family, is exactly why Calmac is woven so deeply into the fabric of Scottish identity. For the remote islands of the west coast, these vessels aren't just a convenient mode of transit, they're a literal lifeline. Before we closed our conversation, I asked Demzy what these ferries truly symbolise to the communities they serve and what his message would be to anyone joining them on board.
I just like to let everybody knows that at the end of the day, Calmac is not only about lifeline service, but also plays vital service to the spectrum of Scottish society. So from livelihoods, from a simple holiday, bringing the kids on, into business, especially supporting local businesses on the island communities, and also going up to promoting tourism industry. It's just like keeping the West Coast business running. So it's just like plays a vital service to our day-to-day life. I think there's no secret sauce or secret formula, but if there's a passenger that I would like them to let them know as a core crew of Calma, or as being a crew of the company of the Caledonian MacBrayne, please don't be afraid to talk with us, especially for people who are struggling, because some of them only never been on their boats for on the entire of their life. Some of them never been to different places, or never seen the beauty on magic of the Scottish Highlands. So don't be a stranger. Feel free to approach us. And it's always nice to have a wee chat with someone, especially if you're lost, you're looking for the toilet or the loo, or just asking for any allergens for the food, or you're in a specific diet. Just don't be a stranger. Just say hi and hello, and we'll be there to help you to have a memorable experience on board that you will remember for the rest of your life. Small things like that makes a big difference for me in interacting to those kind of special situations on board. But you don't get that every day. Every day is a different challenges and different approach on the board. So for me, it's very special to have that moment. And it's just like a portion of your life that you can never turn back. So that's a priceless gift that you can give to someone. A gift of time to talk, and human connection is still the key.
A portion of your life that you can never get back. What a beautiful, profound way to look at service, community, and human connection. Demzy's journey reminds us that no matter how advanced our technology becomes or how fast the world moves, nothing can ever replace the simple, life-saving power of human kindness. The next time you find yourself journeying out to the islands, look out for the crew, say hello, share a wee smile, and remember that you're in the hands of people who truly care and are looking to make sure your journey is as special as it can possibly be. That's all for this episode of Scottish Island Adventures. Please subscribe, like, rate, and review and share with your friends. Go back and check out Season 3 of Scottish Island Adventures, full of great conversations with fantastic guests from the worlds of wellness, whisky, wildlife, heritage, and more. Book your Caledonian MacBrayne Island adventure now. For show notes and more information on this and all my other island destinations, plus full details on Caledonian MacBrayne's routes, timetables, prices and bookings, go to calmac.co.uk. You've been listening to Scottish Island Adventures. It was presented by me, Tony Kearney. It was written and produced by Michael Wilson Park, with engineering and mastering by Brian McAlpine for The Big Light. The executive producer was Fiona White.
From the Big Light Studio.